Good morning, precious. Mwah, 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 mwah. How you doing, baby? And today on Coffee and Conversation with your girl, Shakenya. When you get a good morning, when you get a minute, go to my YouTube channel, Shakenya, and hit subscribe. Dang, it's a big cup. I don't want that. Dang. Y'all know they got this new stuff going on over here. So yes, baby, how you doing? You okay? It's Thursday. You getting through it okay? This is a lot of coffee. This is like a lot of coffee. Baby, any of them made? No? Okay. All right, guys. We might have to go to the other place. Oh, it's some French rolls. Okay, they got the French rolls. No, they don't. And it's running out. I think I'm getting the red light flashing. So I guess that's the indicator that it's almost done. Yeah, I think I got the last of it. I'm just mixing them up at this point. So yeah, guys. Y'all know what today is about. Yup, your list. I know we've been putting it off all week. Don't you think it's time? Talk about your list. Hey, everything is on the other side. They got me dancing around today, guys. I don't even know what this is. Shit. Italian sweetened cream. We're gonna try that. Yeah, guys, so your list. You back on your list? Yep. Did you ever get yourself off the list? Yeah, did you ever get yourself off the list? You still on the list? Hey, baby girl, how you doing? Why y'all got these big old cups?
We got, I guess they just added us the 24 ounce. Because a lot of people ask when they
Dang.
cups.
I don't need that much coffee.
This is the 16 and 20 ounce over here.
Where? Okay, let me come over there and get it. Good Lord. That's a lot of damn coffee. So yeah, guys, we're getting back to your list. Yep. Hey, Doreen again. Yep. So you already know I told you take most of your family off the list pretty much. All the people on your side of the family, yeah, basically take them off. Because I don't think they'll do nothing like that to you. You know, I can't see them benefiting or gaining anything by turning the baby against you or manipulating that baby. So you can go on and take them off your list. You can take the people off your list that your baby probably don't see every day and spend time with all the time. You know, a lot of time with. You can probably take them off your list too. You know, we're gonna focus on that baby daddy people and that baby mama people. Yeah, we're gonna focus on them. Because it's a good chance that they might be the ones that's doing it. Now, which one of them that's doing it, I'm not sure. And you not sure either. But definitely.
Who's standing right there? Jerry was standing.
Oh, excuse me, baby. Oh, excuse me. Hey, baby. Pour this coffee out. Yeah, it's a good chance it's somebody on that other baby's mama daddy side. It's a good chance it's them. You just got to figure out who. Because you already know why. Number one reason is going to be because you left them. I don't care what nobody say. People can say what they want. But that's the main motivator for somebody to discourage a relationship and turn the baby against the other parent. That be the main motivator. The fact that they mad and they bitter because you left them. That's number one. And that right there. Hey, parents, good morning. That be the beginning for everything else. Because at that time, they so mad at you, they planting them seeds with everybody else. So everybody else can get this vivid picture of who you not. Fix it, Jesus. Let that simmer in your, sizzle in your spirit. They want people to get an idea of who you not. Meaning that this is the person that they putting together. This here, they conjuring up them lies about you. Yeah, they conjuring up them lies about you. Yep. And then they start turning that baby against you. Fix it, Jesus. Fix it, Jesus. Ooh, ooh. They start turning that baby against you. Ooh, fix it, Jesus. Kenneth in the house. Hey, boo. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Conversation. When y'all guys get a minute, go to my YouTube channel, Shakenya, and hit subscribe. Yeah, because I don't want you to miss nothing. I want you to know we talking about the here and now. I want you to go back.
I think one of the misconceptions about bringing children into the world.
Do you mind if I put you on camera? Because this is an actual show, and we actually talk about parenting issues. And what's your name, brother? Terrence. Okay, this is Coffee and Conversation. We got Terrence. And what was your...
I think one of the misconceptions that they have about childbirth and kids in the world is it takes two.
Yep.
But just like in scripture it says the seed belongs to the father.
Yes.
From the father the seed comes. That's just all of mankind in general, but it's also a parallel to the father in physical form. The father carries the seed a lifetime. Without that father, there's no child. So the father's seed determines the sex of that child. Society wants people to think that the seed only belongs to the mother. But it soulfully belongs to the father, but together they bring life into this world. For anybody to use a child as a weapon is wrong.
Yes.
Because that goes to show what the intent is behind the relationship from the beginning. There was no love, there was no real commitment. There was only necessities involved and lust.
Oh, Terrence. Amen, baby. Go to my YouTube channel. Yes. Clap it up. Clap it up. Go to my YouTube channel, Shakenya. Hit subscribe. You're going to be on the video this morning. I want you to share it. Have a good day, my brother. Ooh, baby girl. He was preaching, wasn't he? Yeah, I'm trying to turn the camera back. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we do on Coffee and Conversation, baby. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, I'm ready to blow. I'm ready to blow this pop stand. YouTube, Shakenya, Shakenya. And it'll come up, Coffee and Conversation. That's the name of the show you've been on today. Yep. So, yeah, guys. Everything he said, and then some. How about that? Oh, that's a new, because I forgot they got a scanner. Y'all, they got this whole new system going on. You know, they done moved up in the world. And the coffee costs them all. Ain't that something? Fix it, Jesus. So, yeah, guys, going down your list, you can safely take those people out. All right, have a good one. Safely take those people off. So now let's focus on the baby mama or the baby daddy people. Let's just do that. Yep. Now, before we get to them, I want you to get to you. Because I'm still on my list. I don't know if you're still on yours. And I know you wonder, how could I possibly be still on my list? Out of everything that I've heard, y'all done heard me say and y'all done seen me do. How could I possibly be on the list? Excuse me. I'll tell you how. Because there's some things that I could have done. I know. It was hard for me. It was hard for me to think about it too. You know what I'm saying? It took a lot of soul searching. Remember when I told y'all to do y'all self-reflecting? Yeah, it was a lot. I had to go through a lot to try to figure out, because what could I have possibly done for somebody to manipulate my child to where she don't want nothing to do with me? Out of everything so I had to figure it out and think about it. Like, what is it, you know? So when you do it, and I want you to do the same, because you got to do this for not only yourself, but everybody on the list. That baby mama, and that baby daddy, baby daddy mama, and dad. Yep, you got to go down that line. Hey, so I'm telling you, you can't skip over yourself. So one thing, and then when you make your list of the things that you could have done and did do that contributed to what's going on in your situation, you got to analyze it. I know some of y'all just gave up. Y'all don't even, y'all don't care if the baby started talking to y'all or not. But me, I care. I care. And for people to allow this to go on as long as it has, to not care, shit about to get deep. Yeah, it's about to get deep, because I done invested too much time. I love being a mom, first of all. Let's start with that. So the fact that I love being a mom and my ex-husband knows that, yeah, it's a lot of personal wrapped up in what I'm dealing with. Yeah, I don't care what nobody say. It's a lot of personal. So yeah, I got to go back and think. On top of the personal, what did I do? Yep. See how that finger point, you see how the other ones point back at you? You see that? Yep. So what did I do? Let's just see. One thing I know I should have done was stop dropping her off over there so often. And see how that's on my list? But yet and still I'm conflicted with that. And why am I conflicted with that? I'm conflicted with that because I know how important it is for a child to have a relationship with their father. Because I have a wonderful relationship with mine. So that's it for me. The fact that that's her dad, and the fact that I had a wonderful relationship with my father, and the fact that I know how important it is for a child to have a father in their life, I dropped her off. But I shouldn't have. First of all, I was dropping her off to her grandma's house. Even though they stay in close proximity, I had issues with dropping her off at the grandma's house until he got off work. Because the grandma drank a lot. I don't drink around my kids. Until you get 21 and able to buy liquor, I don't drink around kids. I drink around my friends. I drink around adults. You know, people that's over 21. But I'm not drinking around my kids. So I have a problem with people that drink around children, especially mine. So I struggled with that for a long time, and I shouldn't have. I should have just not dropped her off and made him have to come and pick her up when he got off work. And so I'm struggling with that. Because for one, I grew up with all my grandparents. Well, my grandmamas. I was raised by my mama's mama because we lived with her. And then my dad, by him getting me as frequently as he did, I grew up with my grandma on that side. And not only did I grow up with my grandmama, which was her mom. So, I struggle with that. Because who wouldn't want their daughter to have a relationship with their grandma? Especially when I've had good relationships with mine. Yeah, you gotta, So I continued to drop her off. And that contributed to what I'm going through and what I'm dealing with right now. Yep. So I'm still on the list. Another thing I should have did. When the baby would come back to me and say things that I felt like was inappropriate, meaning that wasn't nothing nasty or nothing like that, but it was adult content, meaning that you can tell that an adult had been talking to this baby. It wasn't like a baby had just walked past the room and heard adults talking and trying to piece together the conversation. The child had said some things to me that were fix it, Jesus. The child spoke words in the correct context, in dialogue that was not of a child her age, meaning that somebody is having a back and forth conversation, inappropriate conversation with this child. So after the first few times of her saying some things that I felt was inappropriate for a child to say, I should have stopped her from going over there. Until I had a meeting with everybody and we were all on the same page as far as the type of conversations you have with a child, my child, I should have stopped her from going over there. At that point, if I would have stopped her from going over there until I had to sit down with everybody, my respect would have been gained at that point. And I probably wouldn't have had any issues moving forward. They would have knew how serious I was when it comes to raising my children. They would have knew how serious it was to act accordingly around my baby. But I didn't do that. So that contributed to me being in the situation that I'm in. The fact that me and her dad did not have a good communication or a good relationship afterwards, that should have been a reason for me to stop her from going over there until I felt like we were on the same page. Yep. That contributed to me going through what I'm going through right now. Yep. I even struggle with if I should have continued to sleep with him after. Would I be going through what I'm going through right now? Yeah, he made several advances throughout all of this. And I declined each one. I'm quite sure that bruised the ego or two. I'm quite sure of that. But I even struggle with that. should I have done it? If I would have done it, would I be going through what I'm going through right now? So yeah, guys, you can't skip past yourself on your list. You got to make sure, because you got to hold yourself accountable. If it's any reason, or if it's anything that you've done to contribute to what's going on, to where your baby don't talk to you, and the people making sure she don't or he don't talk to you, come on with it, boo. Something ain't right. I already told you, CPS have a protocol to reunite your family. CPS has a protocol to reunite the family. So for people to discourage the relationship to the point where they're not even trying to make no type of, yeah, that I struggle with every day, because my mom was a substance abuse user. My mom smoked crack. Do you understand what I'm saying? And she drank on a regular basis. And I've never once heard anybody on my mom's side or my dad's side speak down on her to the point where it discouraged my relationship with her, or made me feel like disowning her, or make me feel like I don't want nothing to do with her. No, the people on both sides of my family encouraged me to love my mom through her sickness. People on both sides of my family encouraged me to respect my mama because she was my mama. People on both sides of the family encouraged me to understand, not encourage, they made me understand that you only get one mom. And this is talk that I've heard on both sides of the family since I was a kid. So that means somebody ain't talking to my baby like that. Ain't nobody saying that to my baby. They can't possibly be saying that to my baby. So now I can only imagine how she's being raised. I can only imagine how she's being raised. Yep. The grandma had a mean, hateful ass spirit. I should have stopped her from going over there just because of that. Because see, nobody in my family was like that. All the women in my family, they wasn't nasty. They didn't have nasty attitudes. They wasn't bitter. They were more loving and nurturing. So I didn't experience that. You know, and it's like, yeah, you can't skate past yourself on the list. You have to take responsibility, and you have to be held accountable if it's anything that you've done to contribute to what you're dealing with. That night I dropped her off over there because I thought that was a safe space. Because if I would have kept her with me, I probably would have knocked her head off because she raised her voice at me. I don't tolerate disrespect from children. So therefore, me dropping her off over there, even though it was the last place I wanted to take her, I knew she was going to be safe there. But I never knew that that was going to be the last day that I actually see and talk to her on a regular basis. After taking care of this kid for 15 and a half years, I wouldn't have never thought that. Another thing, I let my guard down. When that man left my house, the last thing he told me was that we don't need you and I'm going to get my baby. That was the last thing he told me before he stormed out the castle. And I let my guard down. Because I felt like after I took care of his daddy, oh yeah, because when he left his daddy. And when I took care of his daddy for 4 years without none of them helping, I thought we were good. Like, shit, I ain't got nothing to worry about because I can't see nobody doing nothing to me after I done took care of their daddy. No, I never. But I messed up. I shouldn't have let my guard down. I should have been on top of my shit from day one when that nigga left. I should have been. I gotta hold myself accountable for that. So y'all, that's it for Coffee and Conversation. Hey Adrian, how you doing? What up, Ricardo? In the house. What up, G? How you doing, Rico? Thank you guys. Thank you for checking in. When you get a minute, go to my YouTube channel and hit subscribe. There's more videos like this. And I'm out. Mwah.